it's Karen, and today I am going to teach you how to make the cutest cow in the world. It's a Scottish Highland ornament. About 50 people asked me for this, and so here you go. One little Scottish cow ornament coming up. So today we are going to make this lovely, cute as a button Highland Cow ornament. And I already have this tag on this one. So this cow ornament is perfect for your Christmas tree. I have 1 million on the tree over there. Well, not 1 million, but maybe 20 of them. And I'm going to show you how to make it. Everybody was asking for it at my craft show. So this is a hot item. Now, what you're going to need is the template, which Cannon's going to upload to the Facebook group. And then you need, this is a special blend. Special color blend that I made by using Golden Hound and Glitzy Amber. The Merino Firestar plus the Golden Hound Corriedale. And then you need a little teeny bit of skin tone, just for his chin. Acacia. That's for his muzzle area. A little tiny bit of black for the eyeballs. A little bit of brown for the nostrils. I got the wrong color. Coral. Smidge of white. And then you need dark fawn for the horns. You will need 17 inches of 18 gauge wire. Your various favorite needles. I have my pen tool, 38 star spiral, and then I have my multi-tool. I just grabbed this guy that has 5. And then of course your Pan Pastel's red tint permanent pigment for his cheeks. And that makes it, you need a bell of your choice and then a ribbon of your choice. You can put any kind of ribbon on them. I did a bunch of different ones. There will be a kit for this, and it will be on our live sale on Facebook on November 28th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. So hopefully Ken will get the video up before then. But we will have a kit for this where I'll have the special blend. I need to card some more of this. I do not have this available at this second, but I will have a kit to make this little cow. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started on this cute little Highland cow. It's a very simple ornament. The hardest part is making that nose. We're going to start with some core wool, and I'm going to start by making some knots. You know how I am about making my knots. Let's work faster and smarter, not harder. So there's half of our ornament right there. So I'm going to tear off a piece. And we are going to, it's so nice outside. Oh my goodness. But you know what our middle name has been the last nice days? Leaves. Our middle name has been Leaves. So many leaves.
Have you been like blowing them in the piles and picking them up, or?
Well, I've been blowing them and getting them away from, like, the front yard's almost done. The trees are almost done. So you guys, I'm going to be felting up high when I normally don't because my neck is a little sore or something. Who knows what it is. But it definitely does not want to look down right now. So, but we have had so many leaves. In fact, it's really depressing. John got all the leaves in the back picked up. And then I had been working in the front with the blower, getting them all away from the house and whatnot. And we went around back to the back. They were all there again.
Did the wind just blow them back to the same spot?
Yeah, it got really stormy that day. So you always want to refer to your template. So I'm almost at the right size already. This is not a super big ornament. It's a pretty easy one. It's just cute as heck. It took me about 5 tries before I got it the way I liked it. And what that means is where I got the nose right. The cows and I just don't get along. We really don't. But we are we're actually talking about getting some miniature Highland cows for the ranch. A couple of them. I think it would be the cutest thing ever. I know absolutely nothing about cows. Nothing. So giant learning curve coming my way. But they would be really fun for the weddings. They would be super fun for the weddings. Could put some flower garlands on them. People can take pictures with them, you know. Cows at weddings. Who knew? We had a couple people ask if they could bring donkeys to serve their beer. Right? Miniature donkeys. So let's firm this up. And you know what I say? Let's get it all nice. Get it all nice and smooth. Now, normally I would tell you to get a skewer to put the horn wire through. I'm going to show you something nifty here. See, I was working while I was at a bazaar and didn't have a skewer. And I'm like, I wonder if this will work, and it did. So take your 17 inches of wire, your 18 gauge wire, kind of space out where your horns are going to go. And yes, you do need this much. And if we just lay it on here, watch this. I made a little stack. Don't worry that it's falling over. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to felt it on. It won't be as deeply embedded as if you used a skewer. Did you find the York peppermint patties?
I see them. My grandma had a big bag of those last night when I was at her house, and I was munching on them too.
Kenan always finds the chocolate. So look at that. We attached the horns without a skewer. I am going to just bury it in here a little bit more firmly. And then we're going to take each wire and bend it in half. See, it makes just the right amount of horns. And then we're going to twist it up. I like 18 gauge wire because I can pretty much squeeze it at the end by myself. Use pliers. I have pretty strong fingers. Oh, do you remember me telling you about Mira? Okay, so I have a sad story. It's a sad, double sad story. One of my oldest sheep got killed by some dogs not very long ago. Did I tell you that?
No.
Poppy got killed. I can talk about it now. I was pissed. Let's just say that I was pissed. Anyways, do I know whose dogs did it? No. Do I know it was dogs? Yes. It wasn't coyotes. It was a dog. By the way, the carcass was. Anyways, Mira, my guardian dog, was so upset. They grew up together. They're the same age, 14. My old sheep. Mira was so upset that she would not leave the grave where we buried her. And it was pouring down rain. I went in and I drug her into the barn. I mean, from way out there. I finally got her in, and she went right back out there for 2 days. She stayed with Poppy, and it made me very, very sad. Anyways, I digress. So, was the results of this little escapade. Last night I go out to feed, and I'm like, oh, something does not smell good. Something smells really, really bad. This is the joys of farming, you guys. So when livestock guardian dogs get wet, they can get what's called a hot spot. And she doesn't normally get that wet. She was soaked to the bone. Her collar got wet. And so moisture collected under her collar and caused a very bad sore. Hot spot. Oh, it was stinky. It was stinky. Took John and I about 40 minutes to get her all trimmed up and cleaned up. Luckily, there's no flies right now. Thank goodness. Because I was praying the whole time that there would be no maggots. I know, farm stories, right? Kenan's like, ew. It is what it is, but we had to take care of it. And she was not happy with me this morning when I sprayed the drying out stuff on it again. But it looks really good this morning. It does not stink anymore. But she was happy to accept the treats I was giving her. Okay, so now we've got our horns attached and twisted. So now we're going to cover the ball, and we're going to use the special blend Again, this is Glitzy Amber mixed with Golden Hound. If you don't want to wait for me to have a kit, that's what you would order, is Glitzy Amber, and it's mixed at a 50-50 ratio. Glitzy Amber Golden Hound. I took it out to the drum carder. So we're just going to cover the ball. And I'm just going to tack it on right now until it doesn't take very much. But the Golden Hound wasn't quite the right color. That's the color I used on the reindeer. And then the Glitzy Amber was just too much, and it doesn't felt super well. It felt okay. So I was like, what if I mixed them together? And this is what happened. Anyways, Mira was so much happier today until she realized I was going to give her a treatment. And she's like, no. She's too old to do much anymore. And her two compadres were locked up. Their collars were charging when Poppy was murdered. That was murder. That wasn't even like a predator kill. That was murder. There's been a big black pit bull hanging around, and I have a suspicion that is the culprit. I walked out the back door and got growled and barked at on Monday. I'm like, what? This is my house.
That's not good. Probably scaring those little cats out there too.
Well, Zero and Mac were going crazy, so I'm like, what is going on out here? And I walk out the back door and I start getting barked at. I'm like, wait a minute, that is not one of my dogs barking. And then it's standing at the walkway growling at me, and I'm like, buddy, you're looking at, this is bad. So then I told John about it, and he saw it the next morning on the road. So it's coming for nightly visits and probably to raid the cat food or my sheep.
Hopefully it gets lost.
I hope, yeah, something happens. It's terrible. I don't know whose it is, because if I did, I would go knock on their door and say, could you please keep your dog contained and away from my sheep? So we're going to work this until it's nice and smooth, and it's going to take a minute because it's that glitzy stuff. Even though it has Corriedale in it, it takes a minute to get it all in there. And remember, this is a Christmas ornament, so we want it well felted. Otherwise, your fiber will come off on the Christmas tree. Nobody wants that. Okay. When you have gotten a nice, smooth ball, you can, we're going to put the nose on first. So this is the shape that we're going for right here. You come across, kind of angles out, little angle, and then in, all right? So, and we're going to use acacia for that. You don't need too much, just a little bit. And how I get that shape, I've had a little bit of practice. I'm not very good at it yet. And your placement is probably low here. And we're gonna just felt along this edge. So now we have to make that shape happen, right? First couple ones I made of this, it looked like a pig. Because I was doing this part wrong. I was doing the nose wrong. So I like to make this angle right here. You know, if you want, you can cut the shape out of the template and put it on your felting pad. I just ordered something really cool, and I saw it on a fabric craft project, but I'm like, why wouldn't that work for felting? I think it will. It's called, what is the name of it? It's a dissolving stabilizer that you can draw on, and then I'm assuming you can felt through it. We'll find out. And then that would make life so much easier. I could draw the parts on the stabilizer. So there, now I have rounded. This comes up just a little bit. It's not a sharp angle, it's just a gentle angle. And there's kind of an angle there. Angle, 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 and then this rounds up a little bit. Then we're gonna felt that in. Now you're going to draw where the nostrils go. And these are angled the opposite way. So we want these to angle that way. And they're kind of triangular. Rounded triangular. A triangle with round corners. I like to draw everything with my needle first. And you might even consider doing that before you put the acacia on to help you get the placement and the right shape. Can't help himself. If you guys saw what he was doing right now, it's really funny. I made a snowman this morning. I was talking to someone on the phone, and you know, my hands always had to be busy, so I made a snowman, and he's trimming all the little fibers off of it.
Making it smooth.
He could probably spend 4 days in here making things smooth.
Some attention to detail.
He was pretty smooth. Oh, are you doing the hat?
Yeah, just like a little fuzzy.
Oh, that hat was pre-existing. I found it in my thing. Now, okay. So we have a nostril, and my smile comes to the mid nostril. I know that that's where it's going to go. But I'm not going to put the black in yet. I want a little teeny bit of skin color. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. We're going to make him a chin. I was making them out of the acacia, but I did one with a little piece of the skin tone, and I liked it better. It's just enough difference to give it some stand outedness. Stand outedness. Is that a word?
It is now.
We just made up a word. We want it to stand out just a little bit. It gives it a little more depth. How's that? Notice I keep tucking around the muzzle, or his nose, or whatever you want to call it. Now I grabbed some really dark brown, but that's okay. We're gonna put it in his nostrils. I tried pink, I didn't like it. I like the dark brown better. Here you want to make sure you get all the fibers so we don't have any bleed from one color to the other. And if you're like Cannon, you could use scissors. If you have any stray ones, I just gather them with my needle. I have one right there. I don't like that this is not very, I need acacia for this. I just need a little smidge. See how this is disappearing into the Highland Cow color? Let's build this up a little bit more. Means I didn't have enough fiber right there. So I'm just adding a little piece. Yeah, we had lots of interesting things happen this weekend. I'm calling Michelle around the corner to tell her about the stray dog because she has alpacas, you know, and I don't want her alpacas to get hurt. And she's trying to call me to tell me about the car that failed to navigate the curve right in front of her house and went over the edge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The one's like the first curve right down here?
No, the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she has the log house. She's 1 mile from us exactly. Anyways, it turns out it was the neighbor of hers. And it was dark outside, by the way. Just going to say, there were no skid marks. None. He tried to say he swerved to miss a deer. And we're like, well, there would be skid marks if you swerved to miss a deer. Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
I was driving to Gold Hill the other day.
He totally missed his house.
Wow. I was going to say, I was driving to Gold Hill the other day and I was on the freeway. I was in the fast lane and there was cars next to me.
Yeah.
And this huge tumbleweed. It was like 5 foot tall, 5 foot wide.
A tumbleweed?
It was giant. It was like a bush on the road.
It probably was
it went right in front of my car and I couldn't do anything. I just had to
Did you hit it?
Full on, had to just hit it.
Your new car or your other car?
My new car.
Uh-oh.
But I just drove straight over it. But when I parked, there was little scratches, but it was just like, it's just stuff that wiped right off. It wasn't like actual deep scratches.
Oh, good. Good.
But it was a giant tumbleweed.
And you make sure there is none under you, right? Because that can catch on fire.
Right. Well, it's an electric car.
You can still catch on fire.
Maybe.
Actually, I don't know the answer to that, Cannon.
There's battery underneath the car.
Yeah, there's working parts. Where there's working parts, there can be a fire. Wheels, things.
Biggest tumbleweed I've ever seen, though. The car behind me didn't even expect it, and they swerved. I saw them in the mirror swerving.
So now we're going to put on these little eyes. These eyes are teardrop shape. Teardrop, teardrop. They're not round. Round didn't look right. Teardrop looked right. So you take some black. And they are, the corner of the eye starts right at the nose. Stewie, what do you need? Stewie's been very needy, especially when Cannon comes. And I start the little corner right there. There was a long white hair in there. Could either be a piece of fiber or one of my hairs. I have those pesky white ones. You want to kind of angle them up. But it's definitely a teardrop shape. This is a pretty quick little ornament. Listen to how happy he is. He's gonna drool all over you.
Oh gosh.
Last night he decided it was I want to be by my mom night, and you know, at 1 a.m. he's on the pillow above my head purring and kneading, and it's like, Stu, just go to sleep. Just take your time when you're shaping eyes and things like that, because details are everything, and neat and clean, and as Cannon would say, they're everything. There's not enough fiber. You can always add. So start with less, add to fill in. What's most important is you get the shape right. He's already cute. Already looks like a cow. Is next week Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Already. So that's crazy. Where did this year go? So next we need just a teeny bit of white. Put in the corner of his eyeball. Just up here in the corner of the teardrop. I'm just giving him a highlight. And then up in the other corner on the other side. How cute is that, right? All right, now we will wrap his horns. You're gonna need your dark fawn. And I already have this split because I've been making reindeer antlers the last couple days. So I have some pieces split down pretty thin. And I'm gonna start it right here at the base. Okay, can you pass me some pliers? I thought my fingers were gonna be strong enough and they're not. Make this end nice and skinny. My fingers are not feeling very strong. And we are going to wrap all the way up. The next project we do does not have horns. I've been wrapping so many reindeer horns. Oh my goodness. All right, so I went past the end. So now I'm gonna fold that down. Get it nice and tight, fold it down. Let's go back the other way. Now, as you go back, you know, cow horns, they gradually get wider. And these are exaggerated cow horns, obviously. We're going to go all the way to the bottom, keeping it nice and flat. I'm going to add another piece so the bottom of this is wider. I mean, ideally you'd have enough, but I did not. So let's twist this into the base like that. Let's get another piece. Now this needs to be split. And we're just going to make the bottom of this horn a little bit wider. You don't want it too wide, but just wide enough. You should golf with John on Saturday.
I haven't golfed in a long time. Well,
he's golfing. He's golfing Saturday. Let's get this base of this horn all tacked in. So see how it graduates up to about there? Because there's where the horn's going to go. You shouldn't have to poke these too much. Now you can power wax them or use eau de coat or, you know, whichever you want. I did eau de coat on one of my reindeer antlers because I wanted to see, you know, I have power wax still. And I wanted to see if the eau de coat worked well on the antlers, and it did. I still used the heat gun on them after I was done, because it burns off all the little fibers. You need, if you're going to use a heat gun, just be careful that you don't catch your project on fire. For real. Ask me how I know. I almost caught the sleeve of my hoodie on fire. I was like, oops, something's burning. Heat gun gets really fast. Really fast. Hot really fast is what I meant to say.
I was blow drying my hair yesterday and I feel like it was almost on fire.
What?
It's just like, was running my hands through it like
And it was hot?
it was so hot. Like,
Well,
like my top of my head, I didn't feel it, but like my hands when I touched it, it was like, wow, it's hot.
see, I really can't feel it. You know, since I have no feeling on the front of my head anymore. I have to whack it pretty hard in order to feel it.
It's not good.
Yeah, but I run into stuff sometimes and I'm like, ow, ow. It's like, yeah. Don't destroy the nerve on the top of your head. Oh, now see, this one I have enough. Okay, getting a little bit crazy here. Have enough to do the whole horn. So I'm going to go back up a little bit. See, ideally, this is what you want. All one piece. Then go back down. I mean, that's why Stewie looks for you. Because he just glues him. Gluey. His name is Gluey.
Yeah. He's got sharp claws.
Yeah, he needs to get us a toenail job. I got to do that. He and Rip both need their nails cut. Now, if this happens to you where you get a little lumpy, did you know you can just do this? Just spin it a little bit. Just work it, and then your lump will come out. I'm just going to give this a little bit of felting. All right, so now we have our horns. What's left? We need ears. We are going to take some of our blend, our blended mix. This is a little bit too much, so we'll take some of that. So you want a piece about this big. Draw the shape of your ear. So cow ears are not pointed on the end. And then you're going to flip it in like we always do along that line. They're kind of round. At least this kind of cow has that kind of ears. So let's make another one so that they're the same. So I'm going to use, I got a little piece of white in there. It's not going to matter. I'm going to use the multi-tool. Make these into one piece. Now, you could put some white in here inside the ears, but you don't really want to. And then you're probably tempted to tuck all this stuff in. Well, Highland cows, you know, they're pretty hairy, so don't even worry about it. So we're just going to fold it in half. And then it goes right under the horn. Right here. It goes right under the horn. We're going to poke it on. And then do a little poking on the front side. Get that ear well attached. You don't need to worry about all of it. We're going to cover that up. All right, let's take the other one. Put his ear on. There. Do a little stabby. Now you could do like I did the reindeer and cut a little slit, which I'm not worrying about because we're going to cover up these spots that we just made. So you'd think that next we would put on his hair. The next thing we're going to do, though, is give him his tie. I learned this the hard way, that it's easier to put the tie on, whatever you're going to use for his tie. It's easier to put the tie on at the beginning before we put his hair on. Just tie a little knot. I'm just using some red and white baker's twine here. All right, so now we go straight to the glitzy amber. And we're just going to take some pieces. It doesn't take a ton. Let's start with his bangs. So we're going to start on one side of that tie, find the center of the piece, poke it in. Move the tie aside. Let's put another piece on. And fold the back stuff forward, and then let's stab it in. Flip your tie back to the other side. That just makes the tie go in the even spot without messing up his hair. And there's his front hair. You know that Highland cows are really like this, but I like to make it go to the side just because. Give it a couple stabs up in here to secure it. So we want some right here. Don't worry, we'll do the ears in a minute. So this just comes down the side. The only thing is, these guys are probably going to stick to the tree. So to do the ear, you're just going to fold it over. Let it hang down. I know you're not supposed to use your needle as a tool, but I do. Let's felt it a little bit on the back. Take off another piece. We're going to put a piece right here. I don't do the whole back of the ornament because it's going to stick to the tree. You just know it is. So let's give it a fighting chance and not do the whole back. Definitely want it hanging down. Look at how cute that is. Seriously, look. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. We're going to work backwards this time. Let's put this piece on. I'll put this. I like to do the ear last. Put that piece on. Like I said, this is a pretty quick little project because, you know, you're working from a ball. I think a dryer ball would be too big. Take too much fiber. I'm getting static from the stuff. Put it on his ear. I just kind of center it in the ear and it migrates because it's slippery. And I'm really only felting it up at the top of the ear because we want it to hang and be all fluffy. Cannon didn't know what a Highland cow was. I had to show him on the internet. They're like Dr. Seuss cows when you see them in person. They have so much fluff. John and I have always wanted a Highland cow. And now they have miniatures, so that's like my speed. Because I know once he sees them in person, he's going to want one. a little bit in the ear. By using a single needle, you should be able to tack it pretty good. And there you go. One little Highland Cow. To add the bow, I'm not going to show you that because that's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to put a little drop of tie bow, put a drop of glue, stick the bow on. Okay, and then add your bell underneath. The kit will have ribbons and bells in them. I got these, they came in today. I got the cool cowbells in today. So they will be in the kit. And the kit will be available on my live sale on the 28th at 5:30 Pacific. So tune in. Come in and say hi. Even if you don't buy anything, come say hi to us during our live sale. 30 minutes, 5:30 to 6. It's happy hour. We haven't done one in a while, so it'll be fun.
But then after the 28th, they'll be on your website.
Yes,
right?
they'll be on the website after that. Yes, they will. That way, that's the only way you're going to be able to get this particular color. I mean, you can make your cow in any color you want, but if you want this color, that's the way you're going to get it. Because it is a custom blend that I'm making on my drum carder. Okay, he's all set. Isn't he cute?
Yes.
Okay, join us next time. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I think, would we hit 9,000?
Yes, we're already at 9,100.
Wow, we're growing.
Yes.
We're growing. We're not as big as those other people out there, but we're cool.
We're doing fine.
We're cool.
People like the videos.
And if you need supplies, head over to liongate.org or liongatefarm.com. They both go to the same place. And shop for your supplies. I just washed some white locks. I'm hoping to get those. They need to dry. It takes so long for things to dry in the winter. But they're sitting on the floor on the drying racks in my office. I brought them in the house. It smells really good in there, but I need them to dry so I can package them up for you. So I'll have some, they're lamb locks. They're super soft. Anyway, see you next time. We have another fun ornament planned, so stay tuned.
I think they're scared of me.
Look at these beautiful locks. Yeah, they're supposed to be eating out of the bottom. But these guys have figured out it's faster out of the top.
Yes, they have.
Well, John made them too short.
Look at this guy.
Huh?
Who's this brown one right here?
Huh? This is YOLO.
YOLO?
This is YOLO. This is YOLO. Hi, YOLO. Hi, YOLO. YOLO is Zila's daughter. And that one is wearing blackberry fashionable along her back, that lamb. She's got great ears though, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So stupid.
She's trying to get a spot to eat.
Oh, there's plenty of room. But they all
She's riding that one.
They all want to go in the same spot.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, you can get on top? We have plans to put another feeder right here. I don't know if that will help. But see, there's lots of room down there.
Yeah.
And there's lots of hay down there.